Welcome back to Ed Barbour Field for Game 2 of this doubleheader between NIACC Trojans and the Iowa Central Tritons. Game 1 of this doubleheader wrapped up a little bit ago. That was won by NIACC 5-2. Just about ready to get Game 2 underway. Here are the starting lineups for Game 2 of this doubleheader. Pretty much the same on both sides. Leading off for NIACC is number 9, second baseman Shane Kelleher. Batting second, center fielder number 4, Joey Werner. Batting third, first baseman Cameron Ahrens. Batting fourth, number 5, the designated hitter Bryce Ball. Batting fifth, the third baseman number 28, Kyle Pike. Batting sixth, the left fielder number 1, Fox Liam. Batting seventh, the catcher number 6, Ben Kamenowski. Batting eighth, right fielder number 38, Nate Van Can. And bottom of the order for the Trojans is the shortstop number 12, Jacob Hansen. Pitching for the Trojans here in Game 2 of this doubleheader is number 30, Evan Riefert. Now the starting lineup for the Iowa Central Tritons. Batting first, number 24, second baseman Andres Ortiz. Batting second, the shortstop, number 27, Rodney Rodriguez. Batting third, the first baseman, number 28, Devin Porter. Batting fourth, the center fielder, number 4, Albert Mora. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 7, Nolan Monty. Batting sixth, the catcher, Dylan Gasner. Batting seventh, the DH, Tim Neff. Batting eighth, Noah Grimes, left fielder, and batting ninth, number 0, the right fielder, Colin Weiss. Pitching for the Tritons here in this second game of this doubleheader is number 12, Max Steffens. So we're just about ready to get under the way here in the second game of this doubleheader as Shane Kelleher comes up to the plate for the Trojans. First pitch from Max Steffens is a ball. Count is 1-0 as we're just underway. 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed. Count is 1-1. Just underway in Game 2 of this doubleheader between NIACC and Iowa Central. This game will be going 9 innings or more if necessary. 1-1 pitch is fouled off to the right. Count is now 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Steffens. That one is fouled off to the left, out of play. Count is 1-2 still. Kelleher in the first game drew a walk and got on base a couple of times thanks to fielder's choice and had a strikeout. So not particularly spectacular first game of this doubleheader for Kelleher, as he leads off in Game 2 of this doubleheader. Last pitch was a ball. Count is 2-2. That pitch was a called ball 3. A lot of the Iowa Central faithful thought that was strike 3, but instead the count is full at 3-2 for Shane Kelleher. 3-2 pitch is grounded over to Monty at third. Monty will throw it over to first, and that is in time for out number 1. So ground out to third to start the game.
Number 4, center fielder, Joey Werner.
Coming up to the plate now for the NIACC Trojans is number 4, Joey Werner. First pitch to Werner is an attempted bunt that goes foul. Joey Werner had a pretty good showing in the first game of this doubleheader as he got a single, a double, and he got on base with a walk. So 3 successful times on base for Werner in Game 1 as he makes his first appearance here in Game 2. That last pitch was fouled off to the left, and the count is now 0-2 for Joey Werner. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. That pitch is a ball. Count is now 1-2. One-two pitch from Steffens. That one is driven over, gets by Ortiz for a base hit. Werner thought about going for 2, but decided against it, and he is on safely with a single.
Number 22, first baseman Cameron Aarons.
So now with 1 on and 1 out here in the top of the first, coming up to the plate now for the Trojans is first baseman number 22, Cameron Aarons. Aarons hit basically the game-sealing home run in the top of the 7th in Game 1 of this doubleheader. First pitch to Aarons is a swing and a miss, strike 1. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Max Steffens. And that's a called strike 2. Here comes Steffens as he goes and checks on Werner over at first base. Count is still 0-2 to Cameron Aarons with 1 out here in the top of the first. Comes the pitch, and that one is fouled off way out of play. Still 0-2. Here comes another 0-2 pitch from Steffens. That one is skied into right. Ortiz going for it. And that one lands fair. That one dropped right between Colin Weiss and Andres Ortiz out on the line in right field. That is a fair ball. So that's a single for Cameron Aarons.
Number 5, designated hitter Bryce Ball.
So now with runners on first and second, still 1 out. Coming up to the plate now for the Trojans is number 5, Bryce Ball. First pitch from Steffens is grounded over to Ortiz. They might turn 2 here, and they do. So Bryce Ball grounds into a double play to end the inning. Trojans got a little thing going there in the top of the first, but they weren't able to convert into runs. As we head to the bottom of the first inning here in Game 2 of this doubleheader, score is 0-0. We'll be right back here on the Triton Nation Network. Welcome back to Ed Barbour Field here in Fort Dodge. Just underway here in this Game 2 of this doubleheader between the Trojans and the Tritons. As we head to the bottom of the first, it'll be Andres Ortiz who will be leading off for the Tritons here as they look to try and get a split in this doubleheader today against NIACC. The aforementioned Andres Ortiz in the first game of this doubleheader was 1 for 3. That one hit was a single in his second at-bat of Game 1 of this doubleheader. First pitch to Andres Ortiz is fouled off to the right out of play. Pitching for the Trojans is number 30, Evan Riefert. The 0-1 pitch from Riefert is outside, ball 1. One pitch is outside, ball 2. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Riefert. And that is ball 3. Count is 3-1 to Ortiz. 3-1 pitch is ball 4. And that's a leadoff walk for Andres Ortiz. So with one on and nobody out here in the bottom of the first, coming up to the plate now for the Tritons is number 27, Rodney Rodriguez. Rodriguez was also 1 for 3 in the first game of this doubleheader. He also had one single. That's driven into right field, gets by Kelleher at second, and that's a base hit. So first pitch hit there for Rodney Rodriguez has runners on first and second, still nobody out. So an early opportunity here for Iowa Central, similar to the one that the Trojans had in Game 1. Coming up to the plate now for Iowa Central is first baseman number 28, Devin Porter. First pitch to Porter is a called strike 1. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Evan Riefert. Checked on the speedy Andres Ortiz over at second. Ortiz is able to get back safely. Andres Ortiz is definitely a threat on the base pass as he has 23 stolen bases on the year, which is leading the Tritons by a wide margin. 0-1 pitch is in the dirt. Ortiz going to third, Rodriguez going to second, and they are both safe. So now runners at second and third, still no outs, and the count is 1-1 to Devin Porter. A big opportunity now to get some runs on the board in the first inning for Devin Porter and the Tritons. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. That one is driven foul. Count is 1-2 to Porter. Porter made pretty solid contact on that pitch. That would have been fair. That probably would have driven in both the runners. Here, home plate umpire calls time. Count is still 1-2 to Devin Porter. Ortiz at third, Rodriguez at second. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the first. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And Porter strikes out for out number 1. Now coming up to the plate for the Iowa Central Tritons, number 4, Albert Mora. Albert Mora got a double in the first game of this doubleheader, and now would be a really good time for another one. First pitch to Mora is driven into center. This might be deep enough to score the run. Ball is caught, and here comes Ortiz. And all right, so Mora flies out to center field, but that was deep enough to score Andres Ortiz, so the score is now 1-0 in favor of the Tritons. So now Rodriguez is at third with 2 outs, and Nolan Monty is up to the plate for the Tritons. First pitch to Monty is fouled off. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Monty. That one is driven into center. We're in right field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Rodriguez will score, and the score is now 2-0 in favor of the Tritons.
Catcher number 8, Dylan Gassner.
So base hit by Nolan Monty brings in Rodriguez. And now up to the plate now for the Iowa Central Tritons is the catcher, number 8, Dylan Gassner, looking to pad this 2-0 lead. First pitch to Gassner is a called strike 1. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Monty is going for second, and he's in. So Monty advances to second base safely. So now we have Monty at second, 2 outs, and the count is 1-1 for Dylan Gassner. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Riefert. That one is outside for ball 2. Two-one pitch incoming from Evan Riefert. And that one is outside for ball 3. Count is 3-1 for Dylan Gassner here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Oh, he got a foul tip, but that is still strike 2 for Dylan Gassner. Here comes the 3-2 pitch, and that is ball 4, and Dylan Gassner draws a walk to extend the inning.
Designated hitter number 2, Tim Neff.
So now with 2 men on and 2 out, coming up to the plate for the Tritons is the designated hitter, number 2, Tim Neff. Game 1 of this doubleheader, Tim Neff was able to reach base safely 3 times, 2 of them by drawing walks and 1 after being hit by a pitch. First pitch to Neff is a called strike one. Tritons have already scored 2 runs in the bottom half of this inning, looking to add more to that total here. Here's Reifert checking on Monty over at second. Nolan Monty is a bit of a threat on the base pass as well as Ortiz, as Monty has 13 stolen bases on the year. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. That's a called strike 2. Count is now 0-2 for Tim Neff. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Strike 3. Got Tim Neff looking, and Neff strikes out to end the bottom of the first inning. But not before Iowa Central is able to put 2 runs on the board. As we head to the top of the second, the Tritons lead 2-0. We'll be right back here on the Triton Nation Network. Welcome back to Ed Barbour Field here in Fort Dodge. Just about ready to start at the top of the second here in Game 2 of this doubleheader. Leading off for the Trojans in the top half of this inning
Third baseman, number 28, Kyle Pike.
will be number 28, Kyle Pike, the third baseman for the Trojans. NIACC in a 2-0 hole here to Iowa Central early, as the first pitch from Steffens is a called strike 1. Oh, 0-1 pitch from Steffens is a little high. That's ball 1. One pitch. That's hit over to Monty over at third. Able to field it and throws out Pike at first. That was a nice play by Monty over at third, as that ground ball took a little bit of a weird bounce right into his chest, but he was able to recover and throw out Pike at first for the out. Now batting for the Trojans is the left fielder, number 1, Fox Liam. First pitch to Liam is fouled straight back. That's strike 1. Oh, 0-1 pitch is low. That's ball 1. comes the 1-1 pitch, and that is ball 2. Count is now 2-1 to Fox Liam. Steffens with the 2-1 pitch. That's inside for ball 3. Count is now 3 balls and 1 strike. Three-one pitch. That one is popped up, out of play. Count is now 3 balls and 2 strikes for Fox Liam here at the top of the second inning. Steffens with the 3-2 pitch. Popped up. And Rodney Rodriguez is able to run it down and make the catch for out number 2.
Catcher number 6, Ben Komanowski.
Now coming up to the plate for the Trojans, the catcher number 6, Ben Komanowski. First pitch from Steffens is fouled straight back. That's strike 1. Oh, 0-1 pitch from Steffens is a called strike 2. Count is now 0-2 for Ben Komanowski. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And that one is outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes now for Komanowski as he bats with 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Steffens. That one is fouled out of play to the right. Count is still 1-2 for the catcher, Ben Komanowski. One-two pitch from Steffens. Swung on and missed, and Komanowski strikes out to retire the side. So we head to the bottom of the second inning here in Game 2 of this doubleheader. Iowa Central leads 2-0. We will be right back here on the Triton Nation Network. Welcome back to Ed Barbour Field here in Fort Dodge. Just about ready to start the bottom half of the second inning.
Up to break in second, left fielder number 26, Noah Grimes.
Leading off this inning for the Tritons is the left fielder number 26, Noah Grimes. First pitch to Grimes is a called strike 1. In the first game of this doubleheader, Noah Grimes laid down a bunt, which after a couple errors by the Trojans led to the 2 runs that Iowa Central scored in Game 1. 0-1 pitch was a swing and a miss from Noah Grimes. Count is now 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Evan Riefert. That one is high, ball 1. Riefert with the 1-2 pitch. That one is popped up. And that one drops foul. Kamenowski had a shot at it, but he just barely missed it. Count is 1-2. So Noah Grimes gets a bit of a second chance here. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Evan Riefert. And that one is popped up out of play. Here comes another 1-2 pitch. And that one is in the dirt, ball 2. Count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Noah Grimes. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and Grimes strikes out.
Right field number 0, Colin Weiss.
So now with 1 out here in the bottom of the second, coming out to the plate for the Tritons is the right fielder, number 0, Colin Weiss. First pitch to Weiss is inside, ball 1. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Riefert. That one is driven into right field. That's a base hit. Nice solid contact that ended up dropping between second baseman and the right fielder for a base hit. So now with Colin Weiss on first, we go back to the top of the order for the Tritons. Coming up now is number 24, Andres Ortiz. Ortiz walked and eventually scored in his first at-bat. First pitch to Ortiz is grounded over to first, and they will take the out at first. So Ortiz is out on 1 pitch. And that is 2 outs, with Weiss now advancing to second. So now batting for the Tritons is the shortstop, number 27, Rodney Rodriguez. Rodriguez, in his first at-bat of this game, singled and eventually scored. First pitch to Rodriguez is in the dirt, gets by the catcher, and Weiss advances to third. So the count is now 1-0 with Colin Weiss now at third. 2 outs for Rodney Rodriguez. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Evan Riefert. That's a called strike 1. Count is 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one is grounded over to short. Rodriguez will be retired at first base. So that's 2 innings down here in the second game of this doubleheader. Iowa Central leads 2-0 as we head to the top of the third inning. We will be right back here on the Triton Nation Network. Welcome back to Ed Barbour Field here in Fort Dodge. Just about ready to start the top of the third inning in Game 2 of this doubleheader. Leading off this inning for the Trojans is number 38, Nate Van Can. First pitch to Van Can is fouled straight back. Count is 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Count is now 1 ball and 1 strike for Van Can. 1-1 pitch is fouled back out of play. Count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes for Nate Van Can. Here's Steffens with the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Van Can strikes out to lead off the top of the third inning.
First up, number 12.
Next batter for the Trojans is number 12, Jacob Hansen. First pitch to Hansen is a called strike 1. Hansen was showing bunt on that pitch. We'll see if Hansen will continue showing bunt. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Hansen now on an 0-2 hole. Here with 1 out in the top of the third. Steffens with the 0-2 pitch is inside, ball 1. One-two pitch for Max Steffens is high. Ball 2. Count is 2-2 now for Jacob Hansen. Game 1 of this doubleheader, Hansen was able to reach base safely on 2 occasions, one of them after drawing a walk and one after hitting a single. 2-2 pitch is driven down the left field line, foul. Count is still 2-2. Hansen calls time. Count is still 2-2 for him here with 1 out, top of the third. Here's the pitch from Steffens. That's low for ball 3. Count is now full at 3-2. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. That one's grounded foul over to the NIACC dugout. Hansen continued to battle with Steffens here as he continues to foul off pitch after pitch. Count is still 3-2. Here's Steffens with the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he finally gets Hansen with a strikeout.
Second baseman Shane Kelleher.
So now with 2 outs here in the top of the third, we head back to the top of the order for the Trojans. Now batting is number 9, Shane Kelleher. First pitch to Kelleher is a called strike 1. Comes the 0-1 pitch from Steffens, and that one is fouled off to the right out of play. Count is now 0-2. Oh-2 pitch from Steffens is inside for ball 1. No one on base, 2 outs in the top of the third. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Steffens. That's outside for ball 2. Count is now 2-2. Kelleher calls time. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Steffens. That one was just barely tipped foul, so Kelleher will remain alive here in this at-bat. Count is still 2 balls and 2 strikes. With 2 out, nobody on here in the top of the third inning. Steffens with another 2-2 pitch. Grounded over to Monty at third. Bobbles it and is safe. Kelleher is safe as the throw from Monty is a little high. Porter did his best to try and tag him out, but Kelleher reaches safely. So now with Kelleher on first and 2 outs here in the top of the third, center fielder Joey Werner will come up to the plate for the Trojans. In his first at-bat of this game, Werner was able to reach base safely with a single. First pitch to him is driven into center field. Moore goes after it, and that will drop for a base hit. Here comes Kelleher rounding third, and he will score. So a double for Joey Werner is able to bring in a run for the Trojans. Score is now 2-1. Werner's big day continues as that's his second double between the 2 games this afternoon. That's 4 base hits on the afternoon for him as well. Now coming up to the plate for the Trojans is number 22, Cameron Ahrens. Ahrens in the first game hit the game-sealing home run over to left center. And that one is driven into the gap in right center for another base hit. Werner will score. Ahrens digging for second, and he's going to get there standing up. So 2 consecutive doubles for the Trojans has tied the game at 2.
Designated hitter Bryce Ball.
So quick burst of offense from the Trojans Has led to this game now being tied at 2 runs here in the top of the third. Coming up to the plate for the Trojans is number 5, Bryce Ball. His first at bat of this game, Bryce Ball grounded into an inning-ending double play. First pitch from Steffens. Swing and a miss from Bryce Ball, strike 1. Steffens with the 0-1 pitch is fouled straight back. That's strike 2. Aaron's on second, 2 outs here in the top of the third. Trojans have already scored 2 runs in this inning. They're looking for more here to try and take the lead. Oh, 2 pitch from Steffens is inside. Ball 1. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one is fouled straight back. This at-bat continues. Count is still 1 ball and 2 strikes to Bryce Ball. Steffens with the 1-2 pitch. That one is fouled off. Still 1-2. Max Steffens trying to get out of the inning here in the top of the third as the Trojans have able to put 3 consecutive base hits, which have led to scoring 2 runs here in the top of the third. The game now tied at 2-2 as Gassner goes out to the mound to talk to his pitcher Max Steffens. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Steffens. And yet another pitch fouled off. Oh, or not. That ball was... Bryce Ball was hit by that pitch. Alright, so a little bit of a break here as we figure out what just occurred on that pitch. Looks like that was a foul ball that did not hit Bryce Ball, as it may have looked like. Yeah, it might have hit the knob of the bat. It happened very quickly, so it's a little difficult to see from up here in the booth. Anyway, here comes another 1-2 pitch, and that one is driven into right field, and that's going to be... Colin Weiss believed that he caught that ball, but it was not. So now an overthrow is going to lead to Bryce Ball advancing to second. It's a bit of an unfortunate sequence of events leads to the Trojans taking a 3-2 lead.
First baseman Kyle Pike.
So now after what was almost a really great play by Colin Weiss out and right, the Trojans now lead 3-2 here in the top of the third, and coming up to the plate now is third baseman Kyle Pike. First pitch to Pike is a swing and a miss for strike one. Oh, 1 pitch from Steffens is driven into center field. Mora looks like he's got it, and he does, to finally retire the side. But not before the Trojans are able to put 4 consecutive base hits together to score 3 runs here in the top of the third inning. As we head to the bottom of the third, NIACC takes the lead, 3-2. We will be right back here on the Triton Nation Network. Welcome back to Ed Barbour Field here in Fort Dodge. Just about ready to start the bottom of the third inning here in Game 2 of this doubleheader.
Third, first baseman Devin Porter.
Batting first here in the third inning for the Tritons is the first baseman, number 28, Devin Porter. Porter struck out in his first at-bat in the first inning. First pitch to Porter is outside for ball 1. 1-0 pitch from Evan Riefert is in the dirt, ball 2. Count is now 2-0 for Devin Porter. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. That one is grounded down the first base line, foul. Count is now 2 balls and 1 strike here for Devin Porter. 2-1 pitch is a foul tip. Count is 2-2. Trojans were able to score 3 runs in the top half of this inning after 4 consecutive base hits. Now the Tritons looking for an answer to that here in the bottom of the third. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from Evan Riefert. That one is high for ball 3. Count is now full at 3-2. Three-two pitch is a called ball 4. So Devin Porter draws a walk to lead off the bottom of the third inning.
Albert Mora.
Now coming up to the plate with one man on, no outs, is Albert Mora. Mora hit a sacrifice fly in his first at bat to score a run. First pitch to Mora is a check swing. Counts as a strike. Count is 0-1. Here's Reifert with the 0-1 pitch. That one is fouled off, out of play. Count is 0-2 now for Albert Mora. Reifert with the pitch. That one is also fouled straight back, out of play. Count is still 0-2. Oh-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and Mora strikes out for out number 1.
Third baseman Nolan Monty.
Now batting for the Tritons, number 7, Nolan Monty. First pitch to Monty is fouled off down the first baseline. That is strike 1. Monty in his first at bat of this game got a single, which he drove in a run, which at that point put the Tritons up 2-0. 0-1 pitch from Reifert is fouled straight back for strike 2. Oh-2 pitch from Reifert is high. That is ball 1. Count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes for Nolan Monty. One-two pitch is in the dirt. That's ball 2. 2-2 count now. Two pitch from Reifert is fouled back, out of play. That pitch eventually bounced off the nets here at Barbour Field and landed on top of the NIACC dugout, which made a very loud bang. Comes another 2-2 pitch from Evan Reifert. Monty calls time. Here comes another 2-2 pitch. And that one is high for ball 3. Count is now full at 3-2. Three-two pitch is outside for ball 4. So now Monty draws a walk here with 1 out in the bottom of the third. Runner on first and second now, 1 out, with Dylan Gasner coming up to the plate for the Tritons. First pitch to Gasner is grounded into the right field for a base hit. Comes Porter, and he's safe. Porter is safe. Monty goes over to third. Gasner goes to second, and the score is tied at 3. First pitch to Tim Neff is outside for ball 1. NIACC coach Travis Herger coming out to talk to Evan Riefert after ball 1 to Tim Neff. Monty on third, Gasner on second with 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, as the Tritons have tied this game at 3. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one is outside. Count is now 2-0 to Tim Neff. Tim Neff has a great opportunity to give the Tritons a lead here with runners on second, third, and only 1 out. 2-0 pitch from Riefert. Inside for ball 3. 3-0 count. Riefert with the 3-0 pitch. That one is outside for ball 4. Tim Neff draws a walk to load the bases here with 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd. Coming up to the plate now for the Tritons, left fielder number 26, Noah Grimes. First pitch to Grimes is inside for ball 1. Riefert with the 1-0 pitch. It's a called strike 1. A little bit of an awkward throw back to the pitcher. Almost led to the runners advancing. One count now for Noah Grimes. That one is a foul ball down the third base line. Count is now 1-2 for Noah Grimes. That was a well-hit ball right down the third base line. If that had been fair, that probably would have scored 2 runs for the Tritons. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Riefert. Swing and a miss, and Noah Grimes strikes out for out number 2.
Right fielder Colin Weiss.
So now with the bases loaded and 2 outs, right fielder Colin Weiss is up to the plate for the Tritons. First pitch to Weiss is high. That's ball 1. Reifert with the 1-0 pitch. That's outside for ball 2. A string of walks and singles has led to the bases being loaded for the Tritons here with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Tritons have already scored 1 run here in this half inning, and they have a great opportunity to add to that total and take the lead with Weiss up to the plate. 2-0 pitch is a called strike. Count is now 2 balls and 1 strike. Two-one pitch from Reifert. It's a called strike 2. Count is 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from Evan Reifert. That one is low. Count is now full, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded, and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning with the score tied 3-3. Three-two pitch. That's ball 4, and a run will score for Tritons, and they take the lead back 4-3.
Second baseman Andres Ortiz.
So now coming up to the plate for the Tritons, back to the top of the order, it's second baseman Andres Ortiz. Bases still loaded, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. First pitch to Ortiz is fouled straight back, strike 1. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Evan Reifert. That one's in the dirt, gets by the catcher, and another run will score. Gasner comes in from 3rd and scores, which makes the score now 5-3. NIACC coach Travis Herter coming out, and that's going to do it for Evan Reifert. So now we have runners on 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs. Count is 1-1. We have a new pitcher coming in for the NIACC Trojans. While he warms up, we will take a short break here on the Triton Nation Network. Welcome back to Ed Barbour Field here in Fort Dodge. Still in the bottom of the third inning. 2 outs, runners on second and third, with a new pitcher has come into the game for the Trojans. It's number 18, Austin Vandeweely. First pitch from Vandeweely is a called ball. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike for Andres Ortiz. This will be the 8th game that Austin Vandeweely has pitched in for the Trojans this year. Hasn't pitched a lot of innings, but at 13, but has gotten a good number of strikeouts with 14 so far in the year for Vandeweely. 2-1 pitch is outside for ball 3. Here comes the 3-1 pitch from Austin Vandeweely. That one is driven into right field, and that is going to be caught for out number 3. That'll retire the side for the Tritons, but not before they put up 3 runs on the board. They got the answer they needed. As we head to the top of the 4th, Iowa Central leads 5-3. We'll be right back here on the Triton Nation Network. Welcome back to Ed Barbour Field here in Fort Dodge. Just about ready to start the top of the 4th inning.
Left fielder Fox Liam.
Leading off the inning for the Trojans is number 1, left fielder Fox Liam. First pitch to Liam is fouled back. That's strike 1. Steffens with the 0-1 pitch. That one is fouled back out of play. Count is now no balls and 2 strikes for Fox Liam. Max Steffens with the 0-2 pitch. And that's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Liam strikes out to lead off the top of the 4th for the Trojans. Now batting is the catcher, number 6, Ben Kamenowski.
Catcher, Ben Kamenowski.
Kamenowski struck out in his first at-bat of this game. As the first pitch from Steffens is a called strike 1. Oh, 0-1 pitch from Steffens. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 0-2 pitch is up high for ball one. One-two pitch for Max Steffens. Kamenowski fouls off that pitch, remaining alive in this at bat. Count is still 1-2 strike. One-two pitch. Swing and a miss for strike three. Kamenowski strikes out for out number two.
Right fielder Nate Van Can.
And now batting for the Trojans with 2 outs here in the top of the fourth, Nate Van Can. Van Can also struck out in his first at-bat of this game. Here's Steffens with the first pitch. That's inside for ball one. One-0 pitch. Van Can tried to lay down a bunt, but that was foul. Count is now 1-1 strike to Nate Van Can. One pitch from Steffens is way inside. That's ball two. Two one pitch is fouled back, and that's strike two. 2 strikes now to Nate Van Can. Gasner calls time, and we'll come up to have a quick chat with Max Steffens. Two pitch is driven into center field. Mora has got it. That's out number 3. Much better inning this time around for Max Steffens. As we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, Iowa Central leads 5-3. We will be right back here on the Triton Nation Network. Welcome back to Ed Barbour Field here in Fort Dodge. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning as the Tritons look to add to their 5-3 lead. First pitch to the leadoff hitter, Rodney Rodriguez, is a ball. Count is 1-0. Pitching for the Trojans is still Austin Vanderweely. 1-0 pitch from him is in the dirt for ball 2. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That's a called strike 1. Count is now 2-1 for Rodney Rodriguez. Two-one pitch is driven right to the third baseman, Kyle Pike, and he makes a great catch for out 1. That got the crowd going here at Ed Barbour Field. So Rodriguez lines out to third for out number 1. Coming up to the plate now for the Tritons, first baseman Devin Porter. First pitch to him is a swing and a miss for strike 1. In his last at bat, Devin Porter was able to draw a walk, which was the start of a 3-run inning for the Tritons. 0-1 pitch is in the dirt. Ball 1. One pitch from Vanderweely is in the dirt as well. That's ball 2. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one is driven down the right field line. Fair. That looks like it's going to be a double for Devin Porter. And he's going to get in safely. It's a double for Devin Porter. So now with Porter on second and 1 out, coming up to the plate next for the Tritons will be number 4, Albert Mora. So after the double from Devin Porter, got a little bit of a discussion at the mound with Vanderweely, Kamenowski, and Kelleher.
Center fielder Albert Mora.
So now we're ready for Albert Mora to come up to the plate. So far in the day, Albert Mora is 0 for 2. One of his at-bats was a strikeout, but the other was a sac fly, which scored a run for Iowa Central. First pitch to Mora is a called strike 1. Count is 0-1. Porter at second, 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth inning as the Tritons look to add to their 5-3 lead. Oh-1 pitch from Vanderweely is a swing and a miss for strike 2. Vanderweely with the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and Mora strikes out for the second out of the inning. Now coming up to the plate for the Tritons is the third baseman, number 7, Nolan Monty. First pitch to Monty is high for ball 1. Monty has been able to reach base safely on both of his at-bats so far in this game. One was a single and the other was a drawed walk. One-zero pitch from Austin Vanderweely. That's in the dirt, gets by Kamenowski, and Porter will advance to third. Count is now 2 balls and no strikes to Nolan Monty as Porter advances to third with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Two-0 pitch. That's low, ball 3. Three-0 pitch from Vanderweely is inside for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk as the ball gets by the catcher, and Porter will score. So a poor throw back to the pitcher by Kamenowski allows for Porter to score, and Nolan Monty will advance to second. So the unfortunate sequence for the Trojans has led to the Tritons getting another run on the board. Score is now 6-3. Now up to the plate for the Tritons is number 8, Dylan Gasner. First pitch to Gasner is a ball. Count is 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Austin Vanderweely. That ball is high. Count is 2-0. Two-0 pitch to Gasner is fouled off out of play. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike now for Dylan Gasner. Two-one pitch incoming from Austin Vanderweely. Swing and a miss from Gasner. That's strike 2. Two balls, 2 strikes for Dylan Gasner, with Monty on second and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Vanderweely checking on Monty over at second as he was looking to run here with 2 strikes. Two-two pitch. Swing and a miss, and Gasner strikes out to end the inning. However, the Tritons are able to put another run on the board in the bottom half of this inning as we head to the top of the fifth. Score is 6-3 in favor of Iowa Central. We'll be right back here on the Triton Nation Network. Welcome back to Ed Barbour Field here in Fort Dodge. Just about ready to start the fifth inning of play in Game 2 of this doubleheader between NIACC and Iowa Central. Batting first this inning for the Trojans is number 12, Jacob Hansen. First pitch to Hansen is inside. Count is 1-0. Hansen showed bunt there. It's been a reoccurring theme from him so far this afternoon. We'll see if he shows bunt again on this pitch. 1-0 pitch is high for ball 2. Two-0 pitch from Steffens. It's a called strike. Count is 2-1. Two-one pitch from Steffens is popped up into right field. Weiss looks like he's got it, and he does. So Hansen flies out to right for out number 1 here in the top of the fifth inning. Coming up to the plate now, we head to the top of the order, is number 9, Shane Kelleher. Last at bat for Kelleher was a single, the first of 4 consecutive base hits for the Trojans, which led to their 3 runs in this game. First pitch is a ball to the outside. Count is 1-0. 1-0 pitch from Steffens. It's a called strike. Count is 1-1. 1-1 pitch is fouled off. Count is now 1-2 for Shane Kelleher. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. That one's a little high. Count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes for Kelleher. Two-two pitch is popped up. Looks like Ortiz has got it, and he does. That is out number 2. So now with 2 outs here in the top of the fifth, Coming up to the plate for the Trojans is center fielder Joey Werner. Last at bat, Werner got a double under the gap in left center, which scored the first run of the game for the Trojans. It's the first of 2 consecutive doubles for the Trojans the last time around in the batting order. That pitch is driven into right field, but right to Colin Weiss, and that's out number 3. Another scoreless inning for the Trojans as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Tritons lead 6-3 here on the Triton Nation Network. Okay. Welcome back to Ed Barbour Field here in Fort Dodge. So now ready to start the bottom of the 5th inning.
Designated hitter Tim Neff.
Tritons have a 6-3 lead at this point in the game. They look to add to it here as Tim Neff will lead off the bottom half of the 5th inning for the Tritons. First pitch to him is in the dirt for ball 1. So far in this game, Tim Neff has struck out in his first plate appearance and got a walk in his second appearance. 1-0 pitch is a swing and a miss for Tim Neff. Count is now 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch from Van de Wheelie is flown out into right field. That ball will drop for a base hit. That ball found the perfect spot between the second baseman and the right fielder out there down the right field line, and that is a single for Tim Neff.
Left fielder Noah Grimes.
Now coming up to the plate for the Tritons, the man on first, no outs here in the bottom of the 5th, is left fielder Noah Grimes. First pitch to Grimes is a called strike 1. Grimes was showing bunt on that pitch. We'll see if he continues that on the next pitch. So far in this game, Noah Grimes has been up to the plate 2 times and has struck out 2 times. 0-1 pitch from Austin Van de Wheelie. Checks on Neff over at first. One pitch. Grimes lays down a bunt. That was fielded by Van de Wheelie, and Grimes is out at first, but the runner advances to second base. So now with Tim Neff at second and 1 out here in the bottom half of the 5th inning, coming up to the plate now for the Tritons is number 0, Colin Weiss. So far in this game, Colin Weiss has been up to the plate twice. First at bat was a single. The second at bat was a walk, so 2 for 2 for getting on base so far in this game. First pitch is a called strike one. Oh, 1 pitch from Austin Vanderweely is grounded over to the right, and it's going to get by the second baseman. Here comes Neff home, and he's going to score. So that ground ball was just barely able to get by Shane Kelleher over at second, and it drives in Tim Neff for another run for the Tritons. Score is now 7-3 in favor of Iowa Central. Now we head back to the top of the order for Iowa Central as Andres Ortiz will come up to the plate for the 4th time in this game. First pitch to Ortiz is grounded over to short. That might be 2, and it is. So Ortiz grounds into a double play to end the inning, but not before Iowa Central is able to tack on another run. As we head to the 6th inning, Iowa Central leads 7-3. We'll be right back here on the Triton Nation Network. Welcome back to Ed Barbour Field here in Fort Dodge. Just about ready to start the 6th inning of play here in Game 2 of this doubleheader between NIACC and Iowa Central. Trojans face a 7-3 hole here in the top of the 6th, starting to get into desperation time for a rally. First pitch to the leadoff man, Cameron Aarons, is a called ball 1, as this 1-0 pitch from Steffens is driven over to third base, and Monty makes a leaping grab. That was a nice catch by Nolan Monty to snag that hard hit ball, and that's 1 out here in the top of the 6th. So now with 1 out here in the top of the 6th, coming up to the plate is Bryce Ball. Oh, 1 pitch is popped up. Looks like Monty's got it over at third, and he does. So 2 quick outs for Steffens here in the top half of the 6th. And now batting for the Trojans is number 28, Kyle Pike. First pitch to Kyle Pike is a called ball 1. One-0 pitch is grounded over to Monty at third, and he's going to throw it over to first for the out. So 3 quick outs for Max Steffens here in the top half of the 6th. As we head to the bottom half of the 6th, Iowa Central still leads 7-3. We'll be right back here on the Triton Nation Network. Welcome back to Ed Barbour Field here in Fort Dodge.
Rodney Rodriguez.
Just about ready to start the bottom half of the 6th inning.
Will be closing following this inning. Last call.
Leading off this inning for the Tritons is a shortstop, Rodney Rodriguez. First pitch to him is outside for ball 1. Austin Vanderweely is still pitching for the Trojans as we hit the bottom half of the 6th inning. Tritons look to add to their 4-run lead. So that was a little bit of a strange one as Rodriguez grounded one that originally looked foul but ended up backspinning into fair territory. So Rodriguez is out to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning in a bit of a strange fashion, but coming up to the plate now for the Tritons is number 28, Devin Porter. First pitch to Porter, swing and a miss for strike 1. So far in this game for Devin Porter, 3 at-bats. Most recent one, Porter was able to club a double into the gap. Led to Triton scoring a run. That 0-1 pitch is fouled off out of play. Count is now 0-2. Oh-2 pitch. That one is also fouled back out of play. Count is still 0-2. Oh-2 pitch is high for ball 1. Count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes for Devin Porter. One-two pitch from Austin Vanderweely is outside, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes now, as Devin Porter bats with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. 2-2 pitch is in the dirt, ball 3. Here comes the 3-2 pitch from Vanderweely. And that one is driven into right. And that is going to be caught for out number 2. That was Nate Van Can who made the play out in right field for the Trojans. That ball looked pretty good coming off the bat, but didn't have enough lift on it to get it out of the ballpark.
Center fielder, Albert Mora.
Porter flies out for out number 2. Now coming up to the plate, number 4, Albert Mora. First pitch to Mora is low, ball 1. One-zero pitch from Austin Vanderweely. That one is grounded over to short, and that's going to be out number 3. Through 6 here at Ed Barbour Field, Iowa Central leads 7-3. We head to the top of the 7th inning with the Trojans starting to get in desperate need for a rally. We'll be right back here on the Triton Nation Network. Just about ready to get the top of the 7th inning underway here at Ed Barbour Field in Fort Dodge. Trojans are starting to be in desperate need to get some runs on the board as they trail 7-3. Leading off for the Trojans, top half of this inning, number 1, Fox Liam. First pitch to Liam is a called strike. Max Steffens is still pitching for the Tritons. See, still going strong in the 7th inning. 0-1 pitch from him is driven into right. Weiss looks like he's got it, and he makes the catch in foul territory for out number 1. So Liam flies out to right to start the top half of the 7th inning. Coming up to the plate now for the Trojans is the catcher, number 6, Ben Kamenowski. First pitch to Kamenowski. Called strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch is driven into left just off the glove of Nolan Monty for a base hit. Monty almost got another jumping catch over at third. But that one was just barely off the tip of his glove, and Kamenowski gets his first hit of the ball game. So now with 1 on and 1 out here in the top of the 7th, coming up to the plate for the Trojans, number 38, Nate Van Can. First pitch to Van Can is a called strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch from Steffens is low. Count is now 1 ball and 1 strike to Nate Van Can. One pitch. That one is high, a little inside as well for ball 2. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one is a called strike. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes now for Nate Van Can. Two pitch from Steffens is outside, ball 3. Count is now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three-two pitch from Steffens is driven into right, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Runners will hold at first and second, and that is a single for Nate Van Can. So now with runners on first and second, still 1 out, coming up to the plate now for the Trojans is the shortstop, number 12, Jacob Hansen. NIACC down by 4 to the Tritons currently, 7-3. This is the first real opportunity they've had in a few innings to put some runs on the board. First pitch to Hansen as Steffens goes and checks on the runners. It's first and second. I hate when they do that. First pitch. Swing and a miss for Jacob Hansen. Oh, 1 pitch from Steffens is low. That's ball 1. Count is now 1 ball and 1 strike for Jacob Hansen. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. Went a little too far on the check swing. That's a strike. Count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here comes the 1-2 pitch for Max Steffens. That one is driven out to the left, foul. Here comes another 1-2 pitch from Max Steffens. That one is just barely tipped foul, and Jacob Hansen stays alive. Count is still 1-2. Here comes yet another 1-2 pitch from Max Steffens. Swing and a miss, and that's a strikeout. That's out number 2 as we head back to the top of the order.
Second baseman Shane Kelleher.
Coming up to the plate now with 2 outs is the second baseman, number 9, Shane Kelleher. Runners still on first and second as Kelleher comes up to the plate. Kelleher looks to cut into the 7-3 deficit that NIACC faces against Iowa Central. First pitch is a called strike. Oh, 1 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Runners on first and second, 2 outs, as Kelleher faces a 0-2 count against Max Steffens. Oh, 2 pitch is fouled straight back. Kelleher will get another opportunity here. Count is still 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch is a called strike 3. And that's a big strikeout for the Tritons. NIACC had an opportunity there with 2 men on, but they weren't able to convert. That might cost them later. As we head to the bottom of the 7th inning, score is still 7-3 in favor of the Iowa Central Tritons. We'll be right back here on the Triton Nation Network. Just about ready to get the bottom of the 7th inning underway here in Fort Dodge. Leading off for the Tritons this half inning, number 7, Nolan Monty. Iowa Central currently leads 7-3. Looking to add to that lead right here. That pitch is driven down the left field line, foul. That'll be strike one for Nolan Monty, but that was a well-hit ball down the left field line, just curved a little bit too far, foul. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. That one is in the dirt for ball one. Still Austin Vanderweely pitching for the Trojans. So we head into the bottom of the 7th inning. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from him. That one is fouled off by Monty for strike two. One-two pitch from Austin Vanderweely is outside. That's ball two. Count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Nolan Monty. Two-two pitch. Got him looking. That's strike three. And Monty will strike out to begin the bottom half of the 7th inning.
Catcher Dylan Gassner.
Now coming up to the plate for the Tritons is the catcher, number 8, Dylan Gassner. The first pitch to Gassner is grounded over to first, is bobbled, and still able to get Gassner out at first. Cameron Aarons bobbled the grounder, but was able to recover and flip it over to Vanderweely to get Gassner out at first base. So now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th, coming up to the plate now for the Tritons will be the designated hitter, number 2, Tim Neff. First pitch to Neff is a called strike one. 0-1 pitch is popped up. Out of play, just barely. First baseman Cameron Ahrens tried to run that one down, but that was just barely out of his reach, out of the ballpark. So now the count is 0-2 for Tim Neff, with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 0-2 pitch from Van de Wheelie is popped up off to the left. Pike is going after it. Ooh. Now that was a little acrobatic catch out there on the foul line in left field, but that's going to be out number 3. Through 7 innings here in Fort Dodge, Tritons lead 7-3. NIACC up to the bat here in the top of the 8th. We'll be right back here on the Triton Nation Network. Welcome back to Ed Barbour Field here in Fort Dodge. Just about ready to start the 8th inning of play here in Game 2 of this doubleheader. We have a new pitcher into the game for the Tritons. It's number 31, Jason Ferreras. First pitch by Ferreras is outside. That's ball 1. First batter that Ferreras will face here in this game will be center fielder Joey Werner. 1-0 pitch. Low for ball 2. As the Trojans come up to the plate here in the top half of the 8th, they are getting to get desperate for something on the offensive end. 2-0 pitch is popped up into center field. Moore looks like he's got it, and he does. That's 1 out here in the top of the 8th. So now with 1 out, coming up to the plate now for the Trojans is number 22, Cameron Ahrens.
First baseman Cameron Ahrens.
So far in today's action, Ahrens has hit a home run, which effectively won the first game for the Trojans. In this game, he has a single and a double, the double driving in a run for Trojans. First pitch to Cameron Ahrens was a ball. Count is 1-0. Here comes the next pitch from Jason Ferreras. Swing and a miss for Ahrens. That's strike 1. One pitch is fouled off out of play. Count is now 1-2 for Cameron Ahrens. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. That one is driven into right field for a base hit. That's the third hit of the afternoon for Cameron Aarons, second single for him. So now with one man on and one out here in the top of the 8th, we have a pinch hitter coming into the game for the Trojans. Batting for Bryce Ball at designated hitter is number 21, Ezequias Encarnacion.
Batting for designated hitter Bryce Ball, number 21, Ezequias Encarnacion.
First pitch is grounded up the middle, base hit for Encarnacion. Split the gap between Monty and Rodriguez for a base hit. So that's 2 consecutive singles now for the Trojans. Now batting for the Trojans is the third baseman, Kyle Pike. First pitch to Kyle Pike is a strike. Count is now 0-1. 2 runners on, 1 out here for Pike in the top of the 8th with Jason Ferreras pitching. 0-1 pitch by Ferreras is a called strike 2. Oh-2 pitch is in the dirt. That's ball 1. Good job by Gasner there to get the ball quickly so that the runners could not advance. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Jason Ferreras. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Kyle Pike strikes out for out number 2. And now coming up to the plate for the Trojans is number 1, Fox Liam. NIACC with runners on first and second with 2 outs. Down by 4, 7-3 here against Iowa Central. Looks like that might be it for Ferreras as Coach Justin Meyer comes out to have a chat. So with NIACC down by 4 here in the top of the 8th, got 2 runners on with Fox Liam up to the plate. They are desperate need of some offense. This game might get away from them. It looks like Jason Ferreras is going to stay in the game for the time being as everyone heads back to their respective positions. Again, it's Fox Liam coming up to the plate for the Trojans here in what's basically a must-get-a-hit situation for NIACC. First pitch is in the dirt. That's ball 1. After picking up that loose ball, Gasner goes and has a quick word with Ferreras and now heads back to his normal spot. 1-0 count for Fox Liam as he is up to the plate here in the top of the 8th with 2 outs and runners on first and second, down by 4. 1-0 pitch from Ferreras. It's a called strike. Count is now 1-1. So far between the two games of this doubleheader, Fox Liam has had a rather forgettable day. He's struck out twice. Has a big chance here, though. 1-1 pitch is a called strike. Count is now 1-2. One-two pitch from Ferreras is just inside. Count is now 2-2. Two balls, two strikes for Fox Liam up against Jason Ferreras. Here is the 2-2 pitch. That one gets away from Porter at first. Looks like the runners are going to advance. Cameron Aaron's rounding third, and he is going to score. So a bad pickoff attempt by Ferreras there leads to a run scoring for NIACC. Encarnacion is able to safely advance to third base along with Cameron Aaron's scoring. So now the score is 7-4. Count is still 2-2 to Fox Liam. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike three. So that's going to retire the side here in the top of the eighth, but not before the Trojans are finally able to get a run on the board. So we head to the bottom half of the eighth. Iowa Central leads 7-4. We'll be right back here on the Triton Nation Network. Noah Grimes will lead off the bottom of the eighth inning for the Tritons as they look to extend their 7-4 lead. Austin Vanderwille is still pitching for the Trojans here in the bottom of the eighth inning as he throws the first pitch. And that one is popped up. And that is caught by Kyle Pike right in front of the pitcher's mound for out number one. One pitch, one out for Austin Vanderwille.
Right fielder Colin Weiss.
So now batting for the Tritons is the right fielder, number 0, Colin Weiss. First pitch to him is popped up out of play. So far in this game for Colin Weiss, 2 singles and a walk for him this afternoon. 0-1 pitch to Weiss is in the dirt for ball 1. Iowa Central leads 7-4 here in the bottom half of the 8th inning, looking for any insurance runs that they can get as we head to the top of the 9th. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Vanderweely. That's a called strike. Count is 1-2. One-two pitch is grounded over to second, and Kelleher is able to make the play to retire Colin Weiss.
Second baseman, Andres Ortiz.
So now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th, we head back to the top of the order for Iowa Central, as Andres Ortiz will now come up to the plate for the 5th time in this game. First pitch to him is low, ball 1. One-0 pitch from Vanderweely is fouled back. That's strike 1. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. That one is in the dirt for ball 2. Count is now 2-1 to Andres Ortiz. Two-one pitch. It's popped up. Looks like Kelleher's got it, and he does. That's out number 3 here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Get ready to head to the top of the 9th. Here at Barbour Field in Fort Dodge, it's the last chance for the Trojans to get some runs. Iowa Central leads 7-4 through 8 innings. We'll be right back here on the Triton Nation Network. Ben Kamenowski will lead off the top of the 9th for NIACC as they get ready for their last chance to make a rally as they are down 7-4 to the Iowa Central Tritons. Jason Ferreras is still in the game for Iowa Central, looking to finish out a W for Iowa Central. First pitch to Kamenowski is inside. That almost hit him. Count is 1-0. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Ferreras, and that one is grounded fair past Monty, and that's going to be a base hit. Kamenowski digging for 2. Looks like he's going to get there. Stand-up double for Ben Kamenowski to lead off the top of the 9th for the Trojans. So leadoff double for Kamenowski. And now coming up to the plate for the Trojans is the right fielder, number 38, Nate Van Can. Trojans got the start they were looking for here in this half inning. Let's see if they can keep it up or Ferreras is going to shut the door. First pitch from Ferreras is a ball down low. Count is 1-0. One-zero pitch from Ferreras. Outside, count is 2-0. The 2-0 pitch is fouled off out of play to the left. Van Can calls time as the count is now 2-1. Kamenowski's at second after his double, and there's still no outs here in the top of the ninth. 2-1 pitch is outside. That is ball 3. Three-one pitch from Ferreras. That is ball 4. And now a walk by Nate Van Can has runners at first and second with nobody out. Pinch hitter coming into the game for the Trojans. Batting for Jacob Hansen is number 42, Daniel Nikitovic. First pitch to Nikitovic is chopped foul. Count is 0-1. In 28 games for the Trojans this year, Daniel Nikitovic is batting .365. Has 7 home runs and 19 RBIs so far in the year. Looking for some big hits here. Nikitovic drives one down to the gap in right field. That gets down for a base hit. One run's going to score for NIACC. Another runner's coming in as well, and 2 runs are going to score. Nikitovic comes in pit for the pinch hit and gets a big 2-run double for the Trojans. Score is now 7-6 in favor of the Tritons. Iowa Central coach Justin Myers coming out, have a chat with Ferreras after the clutch 2-run double by Daniel Nikitovic. So now a quick sequence of events here in the top half of the ninth. A 7-4 lead for Iowa Central has quickly shrunk to 7-6. Now we have really a whole new ball game here in the top half of the ninth inning, as there is still no outs. Looks like Ferreras is going to stay in the game for the time being, As we head back to the top of the lineup, coming up to the plate now for the Trojans is number 9, Shane Kelleher. First pitch is a called strike one as Kelleher was looking for a bunt on that pitch. Count is 0-1. Oh, 0-1 pitch from Ferreras is in the dirt. That's ball one. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Jason Ferreras. That's in there for strike two. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Now it is outside. Count is now 2-2. Two pitch is just outside for ball three. Count is now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the 3-2 pitch from Ferreras. That one is chopped foul. Count is still 3-2 for Shane Kelleher. Still no outs here in the top of the 9th inning after Daniel Nikitovic came in to pinch hit and crushed a 2-run double down the right field line. That's where he is now still at second base as Shane Kelleher has a full count here in the top of the 9th. 3-2 pitch is outside. That's ball 4. And now the possible game-winning run is now on first for the Trojans. Now coming up to bat with runners on first and second and still no outs. Number 4, Joey Werner. So far in this game, Joey Werner has 2 base hits, one being a single and the other being a double. Looking for another one here, which could change the whole outcome of this game. First pitch is a bunt. Ferreras has got it, and that throw is not going to be in time. And so a bunt single for Joey Werner now has the bases loaded in the top of the 9th. Still no outs, and the Trojans have a huge opportunity here. Coming up to the plate now for NIACC is the first baseman, number 22, Cameron Ahrens. And this might be the one guy that you do not want coming up in this situation if you're the Tritons. 3 hits on the day, one being a single, another being a double, and he hit the game-sealing home run in the first game of this doubleheader. First pitch to Ahrens is up high, ball 1. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Strike 1. Ahrens possibly trying to go for it all right there. Took a big swing and a miss on that pitch. Jason Ferreras got himself in quite a bit of trouble here, now looking to try and pitch his way out of it to seal the win up for the Tritons. 1-1 pitch is outside. That's ball 2. Here comes the 2-1 pitch from Ferreras. That one is grounded foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Two balls, 2 strikes for Cameron Aaron as the bases are loaded with no outs here in the top of the 9th. 2-2 pitch. That one's fouled straight back. Count is still 2-2. Big turn of events over the last several batters as Iowa Central was up 7-4, but after a pinch hit double by Daniel Nikitovic, this put the game at 7-6, and now the bases are loaded. Still no outs. 2-2 pitch is up high. Count is now full at 3-2. This is a must get out for Jason Ferreras right here. A strikeout would be huge. 3-2 pitch. Oh, and that's a called ball 4, and now the game is tied. So a walk by Cameron Aarons has tied the game at 7. Bases are still loaded, and there are still no outs here in the top of the 9th. Now up to bat for the Trojans, it's number 21, Ezequias Encarnacion.
Number 21, Ezequias Encarnacion.
Encarnacion pinched hit for Bryce Ball his last time up, so he's at DH. And then that first pinch hit at bat got a single. Looking for another base hit here. First pitch to him is fouled back. Count to Encarnacion is 0-1. The base is loaded and nobody out here in the top of the 9th in a tie ball game. 0-1 pitch is just outside for ball 1. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Ferreras. That one is driven into right center. That's going to be caught by Noah Grimes. Here comes the runner from third. Kelleher is going to score. And now after all that, NIACC has taken the lead back with 4 runs here in the top of the 9th. Score is now 8-7 with 1 out and runners on first and third.
Third baseman, Kyle Pike.
So it's basically a sac fly for Encarnacion has given NIACC the lead with Kyle Pike, third baseman, coming out to the plate for the Trojans. First pitch is just outside for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's in the dirt. That's ball 2. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that is up high for ball 3. Here comes the 3-0 pitch to Kyle Pike. That pitch is a called strike. Count is now 3-1 to Kyle Pike. Three-one pitch from Ferreras is a called ball 4. It's another walk, and the bases are loaded again. Now, Iowa Central coach Justin Meyer is coming out, and looks like that's going to be it for Ferreras. So we're going to have a new pitcher coming in for the Tritons as NIACC with a big top of the 9th inning when they needed it most. Score is currently 8-7 in favor of NIACC. We have a new pitcher coming in for the Tritons. While he warms up, we'll take a short break here on the Triton Nation Network. Welcome back to Fort Dodge for your Triton baseball. We're in the top half of the 9th inning here in their game against NIACC. NIACC, down by 3 at the start of this inning, 7-4, has come up with 4 runs here in this half inning when they needed it most, taking an 8-7 lead. New pitcher has come in for the Tritons to basically trying to get out of this inning. It's number 5, Houston Hawkins. It's been a rather dramatic turn of events for NIACC after being held scoreless for a good chunk of this game. Have put up 4 runs in the top half of this inning, thanks in part to pinch hitter Daniel Nikitovic coming in and crushing a 2-run double down the right field line, which got this run going. Thanks to some walks and some singles since then, NIACC has been able to claim the lead back in what has turned into a back-and-forth game. First pitch from Hawkins is a swing and a miss by the current batter, number 1, Fox Liam. So the bases are loaded with 1 out in the top of the 9th. Fox Liam with an opportunity to extend the 8-7 lead that NIACC has acquired in the top half of this inning. 0-1 pitch from Hawkins. It's a called strike. Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Houston Hawkins. That one is low and in outside. Count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. That one is low. Count is now 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Hawkins. That one is in the dirt for ball 3. Count is now full at 3-2. Bases are loaded, 1 out here in the top of the 9th. NIACC leads 8-7. The 3-2 pitch is fouled off. Count is still 3-2. So Fox Liam fouled off that first 3-2 pitch to keep this at bat alive. Now has another opportunity at a 3-2 pitch. Hawkins with the 3-2 pitch. That one is also fouled off to the right. Count remains at 3-2. Here's Hawkins with another 3-2 pitch. That one is low. That's ball 4, and that will bring in another run for NIACC. That is now 5 runs in this half inning as they take the lead 9-7.
Catcher Ben Kaminowski.
So the base is still loaded, only 1 out here in the top of the 9th as Ben Kaminowski will come up to the plate for the second time in this half inning. NIACC has batted around. Kaminowski's first at-bat in this inning was a double, which really started this whole rally. First pitch to him is a swing and a miss for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Bases loaded. Only 1 out here in the top of the 9th as Ben Kaminowski faces an 0-2 count against Houston Hawkins. Here's the pitch. That one is popped up. Looks like Rodney Rodriguez has got it. And that is out number 2. So a pop-up to Rodney Rodriguez has led to the second out of this inning. Now coming up to the plate is number 38, Nate Van Can. First pitch to him is a called strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one is grounded over to Ortiz at second, bobbled, and he's safe. Meanwhile, Cameron Aarons comes home and scores, and NIACC now leads 10-7. Bases still loaded for the Trojans with 2 outs, and now coming back up to the plate for the second time this inning, Daniel Nikitovic. His last time up, he was pinch hitting for Jacob Hansen. He crushed a 2-run double down the right field line, which was really the first step of this big rally that NIACC has put together. First pitch to Nikitovic is a called strike one. Oh, 1 pitch from Hawkins is outside. That's ball one. Base is still loaded, 2 outs for Nikitovic as he faces a 1-1 count against Houston Hawkins. Here's the pitch. That's outside for ball 2. Count is now 2-1. The 2-1 pitch is a swing and a miss by Daniel Nikitovic. That's strike 2. Count is 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from Houston Hawkins. That one is grounded foul down the first base line. Count remains at 2-2 for Daniel Nikitovic. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from Houston Hawkins. That one is inside. Count is now full at 3-2. Here comes the 3-2 pitch from Houston Hawkins. Swing and a miss. And that'll be out number 3 as the Tritons are finally able to retire the side. But not before NIACC is able to put 6 runs on the board to take a 10-7 lead as we head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Tritons have one last chance. They'll be coming up right here on the Triton Nation Network. Welcome back to Ed Barbour Field. Just about ready to start the bottom of the 9th inning here in what's been a back and forth game. Now pitching for NIACC is number 2, Chase Stewart. Entering the game at second base for NIACC is number 7, Jimmy Brady, and moving from second baseman to shortstop is number 9, Shane Kelleher.
Well, the Titans ninth. Shortstop, Rodney Rodriguez.
Now leading off for the Tritons in the bottom half of this inning is number 27, Rodney Rodriguez. First pitch to Rodriguez is a ball outside, count is 1-0. After a big inning by NIACC in the top half of this inning, Tritons looking for an answer here as they're down 10-7. That pitch was a swing and a miss by Rodriguez. That's strike 1. One pitch is outside. Count is now 2-1 for Rodriguez. Two-one pitch from Stewart is popped up out of play. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from Chase Stewart. That one is outside, ball 3. Full count now for Rodney Rodriguez as he leads off the bottom of the 9th as Iowa Central is down 10-7. 3-2 pitch. That one is driven down the right field line, foul. Comes the 3-2 pitch. That one is also fouled off as Rodriguez keeps this at bat alive. The 3-2 pitch is fouled straight back. Third foul ball in a row by Rodriguez. Here comes yet another 3-2 pitch from Stewart. That one is also fouled off. Rodriguez battling hard here, trying to get on base to lead off the bottom of the 9th inning. Three-two pitch. That's driven into right center field, and that is caught. That is caught by Nate Van Can, who had to run a long way to get that ball.
First baseman Devin Porter.
So that was a very loud first out for NIACC here in the bottom half of the 9th inning. Coming up to the plate now is Devin Porter, as Iowa Central is got the rally mode going on now. First pitch to Porter is in the dirt, ball 1. One 0 pitch from Stewart is fouled off. Count is now 1-1. One pitch. Swing and a miss. That's strike 2. Count is now 1-2. One-two pitch from Stewart is outside. That's ball 2. 2-2 count now for Devin Porter. 2-2 pitch is driven into left field, and that's going to get down just short of being a home run for a double for Devin Porter. That looked like on first contact that might have gotten out, but it fell just short. But that's going to be a double for Devin Porter. That's the second double of the afternoon for Porter. Now coming up to the plate for the Tritons is number 4, Albert Mora. Runner on second, 1 out. Tritons face a 10-7 deficit. First pitch to Mora is high. That's ball 1. One 0 pitch is inside. That's ball 2. 2-0 count now for Albert Mora as Travis Hergert's going to go out and talk to his pitcher. Quick talk as Hergert's now going to head back to the dugout. Again, the count for Albert Mora is 2-0. We got Devin Porter on second after his double. 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th as the Tritons are down by 3. 2-0 pitch is swung on and missed by Mora. Count is now 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Chase Stewart. That one is tipped foul. Count is now 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Albert Mora. Just outside, count is now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three-two pitch, and he got Mora looking. So Mora strikes out for out number 2 here in the bottom half of the 9th inning. And now the Tritons are down to their last out.
Third baseman Nolan Monty.
Coming up to the plate now for Iowa Central is number 7, Nolan Monty. First pitch is a called strike 1. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Nolan Monty. That one is fouled off out of play. And now Iowa Central is down to their last strike. Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Chase Stewart. And that one is chopped foul after it bounced off a couple of different people there at the home plate. Count is still 0-2 to Nolan Monty. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and that's going to do it. NIACC down 7-4 as we entered the top of the ninth, puts 6 runs on the board to propel them to a 10-7 win over Iowa Central. NIACC wins both games of the doubleheader against Iowa Central today. That's going to do it here on Triton Nation Network for today. We'll be back here tomorrow as Iowa Central will have another doubleheader against NIACC, and hopefully that one will go a little bit better for them. We will see you then here on the Triton Nation Network.